Remember that one piece of jewelry that could supposedly read your mind, or at least your mood? It was a simple ring that changed colors as if it were magic. Sometimes the stone was deep blue. Sometimes it was green. Sometimes, well, it was a little too black for comfort. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't high-tech. But somehow it felt personal. Today, we're going back in time to remember the magic, mystery, and mood of the 1970s mood ring. Hi, I'm your host, and this is Stuff We Loved. This channel is all about remembering the things that made life fun, beautiful, quirky, and uniquely memorable. The mood ring wasn't just a piece of costume jewelry. It was a feeling, a vibe. It was also a tiny science experiment we wore proudly on our fingers. Get comfortable. Pour yourself something warm, and let's take a slow stroll down memory lane. The first time you saw a mood ring, it probably made you smile. Maybe it was on your best friend's finger, changing colors as she waved her hand under the light. Or maybe you saw it in a store display. Your eyes were instantly drawn to that shiny oval stone shimmering from blue to green like it was alive. You touched it. You stared at it. You wondered, where did they even get that? Back then, the mood ring was a little symbol of mystery and emotion. It felt as if this jewelry came with a mysterious secret. Of course, half the time it didn't really work like we thought. Remember checking it every 5 minutes to see if you were happy, stressed, or in love? If the stone stayed black all day, we just assumed it was broken. Or maybe we were in a funk. But either way, we believed in the magic of it, because believing was half the fun. Here's the cool part. The mood ring wasn't just a fad. It was part of a bigger cultural wave happening in the 1970s, a decade obsessed with energy, vibes, and self-expression. People were burning incense, meditating, experimenting with astrology, and talking about aura colors. Then suddenly, there was this ring that came with the promise to show your emotional state. Oh yeah, we were all in. The story goes that in 1975, two New York inventors, Josh Reynolds and Maris Ambatz, created the very first mood rings. They used tiny liquid crystals that changed color based on temperature. When your body heat shifted, which often happens with your mood, the crystal's molecules bent light differently, creating that magical color change. Science meshed with novelty fashion jewelry, and America fell in love. It started as a high-end concept. Some of the earliest mood rings sold for $45 or more, which was real money back then. But once the knockoffs hit the department stores and mall kiosks, they became easily affordable, and it seemed like everybody had an item with a color-changing gemstone-like setting. The color-changing crystals came on rings, necklaces, and even belt buckles. If it could change color, someone tried to sell it. And you know it was real when your aunt had one, your babysitter had one, and even your teacher secretly wore one during parent-teacher conferences. For a time, mood rings were everywhere. Magazines claimed they could help you understand your emotions. Teen girls swore the color could tell you if your crush liked you back. And let's be honest, we believed these claims, even when logic said otherwise. You'd sit there with your hand perfectly still, waiting for that deep, romantic blue, like it was about to predict your future. The colors even came with those little paper charts. Remember those? Blue meant calm and happy. Green meant you were relaxed. Amber meant that you were feeling a little nervous or anxious. Black. Well, black was never good news. But whether or not our mood rings worked, they gave us something we needed, a sense of wonder, a reason to pause, to feel, to check in with ourselves. And honestly, maybe the ring wasn't reading us. Maybe we were reading ourselves. Looking back, mood rings weren't really about color or chemistry. They were mostly about connection. They were about a generation learning to express itself through a cool ring that was different from every other type of jewelry we owned. Mood rings were tiny mirrors for our emotions. And maybe that's why they still charm us today. You can find them again. Modern mood rings are retro-inspired, brighter, and bolder. If you still feel that desire to wear one, it may be because deep down, we all want to believe that something small and beautiful can still reflect how we feel inside. The mood ring might not have changed the world, but for a moment in time, it let us believe our hearts had color. So, tell me, did you wear a mood ring back in the day? Or maybe your sister did, and you weren't supposed to touch it, but you did anyway. I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. And if this video brought back memories, like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who appreciates the good vibes.